Hello everyone, and welcome to the Tarot with Titania Winter Solstice reading for 2024 in the Northern Hemisphere. I have a little announcement. I'm doing a draw for a free reading in January in appreciation for the membership in this community and all the support I've received over the years. All you have to do to participate is to like and subscribe and post a comment under this video, and I will go through and gather up those names and put them in a draw, and at the beginning of January I will reach out to you to let you know if you have won. If you don't hear from me, it's because you didn't, and I'm so sorry. But I am available for readings online and in person on Bowen Island. And yeah, I think that's about it. The information is below this video. And with that, let's welcome in the winter solstice. I invite you to close your eyes and let's take 3 nice deep breaths together. And with that third exhale, imagining a tree root coming down out of the base of your spine, going down deep into Mother Earth and grounding you here and now in this present moment. Knowing that this tree root is not only anchoring you and allowing you to be fully here now in your body in this reading, but it is also a conduit through which anything that no longer serves you can easily pass down into our beloved Mother Earth and become compost for your new good growth. Creator, this is your daughter Titania, and I'm here with all of your children now and in the future to co-create this reading for the winter solstice in the Northern Hemisphere of 2024. I call upon my higher self and the higher selves of all those listening, as well as an overlighting angel of communication, to be present and facilitate this exchange and ensure that it happens in the highest and best way possible, and that we cover all that's in our personal and collective heart and mind for this next 3-month period which the winter solstice overshadows. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information we most need to receive, and to provide this in a manner that we will easily and effortlessly hear, understand, and integrate for our personal and our collective greater good. I'd like to invite the 4 archangels to come and hold the 4 directions around us, creating a sacred container of love and light, clarity, wisdom, healing, transformation, insight, and peace across time and space, and gathering you all into this circle of light. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. Thank you for coming. Anything that doesn't match these frequencies and intentions is welcome to go now. And here we are. Shall we begin? All right, Creator, here we are once again doing a Winter Solstice 2024 reading, and the Hermit's jumping out, which is what this season is, at least seasonally, all about, is being a little bit more hermit-like, but with the Christmas season nearly upon us, it is far more social than that for many of us. And if you're managing to take some inward time, well done. And the rest of us will join you as soon as the festivities are put to bed for another year. Celebrating the light and the darkness. So, Creator, what is it that we most need to know at this time of the winter solstice here in the Northern Hemisphere and in the Southern Hemisphere where it's summer? What would be most helpful for us to know at this time so we can be all that we need to be, so that we can show up in the way our hearts are calling us to, so we can effortlessly release anything that gets in our way of being the brighter light that we know ourselves to be? So what do we need to know at this time for the next 3 months of this season of the winter solstice? Okay, we're doing our usual body, mind, heart, and spirit, and then the foundation, of course. Body. We have the Prince of Wands, and princes in my deck are knights in other deck, and that's that energy that moves around very quickly, rushes in and rushes out. It's a lot of momentum, a lot of energy, a lot of change. And on the level of the body, we have this energy of change, of things changing on our physical level. That could be inward, that can be outward, but this sort of quality of change. And wands is that generative, creative energy that we all have inside of us and that we're here to channel. We're here to learn how to express. And so this is change on that level, our ability to be clear channels for the light that we're here to express. Our creativity, our expression is to come up and out and through us at this time. And so this is on the level of the body. The body is that clear channel. We are working on holding it in a good way, taking care of it in a good way, supporting ourselves with practices and nutrition and rest and hydration and meditation and other things to make sure that we are as clean and clear as possible. And if we haven't, well, you know, that's okay. We are human, and every moment is another opportunity to choose differently or to choose more in alignment with what our heart is calling us to. So we're going to be seeing changes on this generative level, this our ability to hold our voice, to hold our expression. Our bodies are going to be there to do it, to help us do that more effectively. And that transformation of our physical is also part of the collective transformation that we're all going through, and it's happening fairly quickly. So just noticing where you are inside of yourself, noticing what you need to take better care of that beautiful body of yours. We all have one here when we're in human form, and there's a reason why we do, because this is our interface with this reality. This is our sensory interface, I suppose the best way I can put it at this point. This is our way of experiencing this reality deeply and truly through our senses. And we need to be strong and healthy in order to do that well. And like I said, the holiday season doesn't seem like the best time to start, but there's always an opportunity to make better choices in every moment. So while you're enjoying the holiday season, just remember that this beautiful energy needs to come through you, and it will come through so much more easily and readily when we are healthy and strong and well nourished and well rested and well cared for. So the level of the body. Now we have the mind, and we have another wand. So this very strong, generative, creative, expressed energy is, 2 cards in. We have twice that amount. And the card is opportunity on the level of the mind. So we have this incoming information that's bursting into bloom as it hits these little cherubs that are playing around at the bottom. So this quality of new ideas, new insights, new sparks that get us thinking and inspired and excited and juiced up about our future potential. So this next little while, this next 3 months, we're looking at this energy of opportunity on the mental level. This is, like, as I said, new ways of thinking, new ways of seeing, new insights, probably new discoveries, new technologies, new things that we've never thought of or conceived of before, and life taking us in new directions. There's going to be a lot of newness and a lot of uprising of excitement and energy and enthusiasm and that kind of quality in the next 3 months, from the looks of it, already on the body-mind level. So opportunity on that mental level. So keep your eyes open for those things that excite and inspire, because of course our highest enthusiasm is where our energy needs to be right now. And as I said, that doesn't mean necessarily being on cloud 9 all the time, but it does mean lining up with that which is most exciting and inspiring to us. Because as we've talked about before, the yes, our collection of shiny things, those things that we are so compelled by, that is where we need to be. They are shiny because that is where life wants us. Life has made those things so compelling to us. So we're not messing around. We're getting on with it because they are exciting, they are compelling, they draw us onward. And that's where our opportunities and relationships all are. So moving in that direction is important. And these cards are talking about tapping into that enthusiasm. What is it on the level of the body? What is it on the level of the mind? That staying present to that energy and tuning to it and lining up with it and expressing it as we go through life, letting it guide us as we move. And body, mind, heart. We have a air sign card for the heart, and this is the card of passage. So in the story of this boat, they've just come through a terrible storm, and their mast is gone and their rudder is gone. They have nowhere to steer the boat. They're adrift at sea. And yet, all is well. The actual worst part of it is over. And we have this beautiful rainbow here, which of course from biblical stories is symbolic of the covenant between God and the people, of not having to go through the great flood ever again. So it's a lovely symbolism in this card. And we have the dove that symbolizes that sort of peace and that land is near. And we have this fellow here, and he's signaling with his little hanky because they're about to get rescued. So all is well. This lovely energy on the level of the heart, that all is well. We are transitioning to a new and more, I was going to say different, but it's a different from an intentional place. There's a conscious decision for it to be more beautiful, for it to be more deliberate, for it to be more conscious. And so going forward, we're listening to the heart more. We're getting into our hearts more. We're letting the wisdom of the heart guide us as we move through life. And that covenant that we have with the higher, broader, wiser part of us is allowing us to just flow with life a little bit more. We're softer. We're more responsive. We're being carried where we need to be. Again, lining up with our yes. When we're lined up with the yes, we're always moving in the direction of our highest and greatest good. And it's important to remember that. So on the level of the heart, there's this beautiful energy of passage, of ease, of flow, of being carried, of being taken care of. So give your heart a little break. Okay, and Spirit. And we have the Queen of Hearts in the position of Spirit. This is a very nurturing card. It's almost the quintessential mother card of the tarot deck. It's the water element, which is what hearts are, but it's the queen. And the queen is the feminine aspect of the water element and mastery of it. So the queen understands people. She walks into a room. She can read it with no difficulty whatsoever. She understands people deeper than they understand themselves. And she's able to see truly where they are and to meet them where they are and call them into their betterment, call them into their heart, call them into their higher, wiser, better selves, because that's her magic power, and we all have it. And it's interesting that this is sitting in the realm of the spirit for us. This is what's motivating us on the level of the heart. This beautiful energy of the feminine, of gathering each other, of calling each other into our beauty, into our magnificence, seeing the good that is there. When we go out into the world with that lens, we're drawing the highest and best from everyone that we encounter, and that is so powerful and so necessary on the planet at this time. There's lots that we can be distracted by and get caught up in and complain about and wring our hands about and freak out about because, well, there's a lot of things out there that we really could freak out about. But it's important that we choose where we're putting our attention and our energy and our focus. That's why this enthusiasm is so important. We need lofty, high, vibrant enjoyment energy to counteract all that fear energy that's being pumped out at us. All those triggers that are those little triggers lying all over the place waiting to trip us up and fling us into a pit of despair. We have to be bigger than that. We have to be shinier than that. We have to hold our intention on the light, on what we want to see. How we're going to change this world is by moving towards a vision that is more inspiring and exciting than the one that we're leaving behind. And we need all hands on deck to co-create that vision. It's so important at this time. We all need to be following our yes. Mine is different than yours. I have a little piece that you don't have. You have a piece that I don't have. And you're giving it energy by following your yes, as am I. And when we give energy to that good energy, we're helping to populate the human field with positive, uplifting energy. And this lovely energy is reminding us that on that spiritual higher level, we can nurture ourselves with that. We can go to that deeper place, that softer place, that more responsive and intuitive place, and be in life from there. Let that be our state, our constant perspective. That's where we want to be operating from. So this lovely energy of the feminine is holding us, this collective feminine energy. I mean, it's where humanity is going right now. That energy is building on the planet. We're moving away from the top down and the control over into collaborative, co-creative, communal, supportive, everybody being helped and loved and taken care of in the way they need to be so that we can all move forward beautifully and give our gifts in wonderful ways. And those of us who are privileged to live in a place that is not war-torn and that is not an absolute mess, we have, I believe, a greater responsibility to hold this good energy within us and to send it out into the world If you're interested, at 11 a.m. every day, there's a collective global meditation, and I'm sure there's more than one. But I know that at 11 o'clock Pacific time, there is a group of people who just meet virtually, if you want to call it that, in the energetic human field space, meditating on love and peace and harmony for 15 minutes every day. So that is 11 o'clock here. That's Pacific Standard Time. Add 3 hours to that for Ontario time or the Eastern Standard Time. You get the gist. So just know that there are people around the world who are gathering in this energy, holding this beautiful energy, this nurturing, loving, kind, inspired energy, which is going to help us shift the collective field as well. So if you want to join in, you're welcome. I know we can't all make it in the middle of the day like that, but even if at the end of the day or the beginning of your day, you may want to choose to sit for 15 minutes and just add love to the collective, because, well, what's true is linear time is an illusion, and it's part of our human illusion, but we can add our energy to that good field of light at any time, and then we'll always be adding it onto those elsewhere who are holding light at that time too. It's amazing when you think about how many billions of people are on this planet and how many of them are praying, are meditating, are sitting in respectful, loving contemplation of the greatness of the good. It's all there. We just need to choose to tap into it. So that felt important to say. The foundation card for this solstice reading is the card of sacrifice, the 8 of Hearts. So, yeah, it is a hard time. It is a hard time emotionally. It's a hard time. There's so much going on. My word. I joke with friends sometimes, just pass the popcorn, because, you know, it just keeps getting more and more interesting. And if we can learn to be a little bit more detached, it will serve us very well so that we don't fall into a pit of despair and we don't fall into a place of being despondent and overwrought by what we're experiencing. We're learning to be masters. We're learning to be intentional and conscious of our presence on the planet and choosing how we're interacting with each other and with the world at large. Again, this idea of how do we hold love and kindness and nurturing for the planet. So despite all of our emotional upheaval, despite the emotional upheaval of the human collective, it's time for us to hold this other space, those of us who are able, through the breath, coming home to ourselves, sitting in stillness. And if we can tap into the field of love, sending love. If you can't tap into the field of love, call in the gratitude. Gratitude and appreciation is a very lofty frequency. So just call in what you're grateful for, what opens your heart. And then you'll be in that clear space. That's so helpful. And I also recommend before you sit, move. Go for a brisk walk, do 10 jumping jacks, do something to move the body a little bit before you sit in a practice of some kind. That's why so many of these movement practices are brilliant, because it's all incorporated, and at the end we're sitting in that lovely field of light energy. But if you're not doing a yoga or qigong or a taekwondo, tai chi rather, maybe taekwondo, I don't know, it's kind of lively. Just go for a walk. As I said, jump around a little bit, jump up and down a little bit, get your energy circulating, and then sit. Let the body move so it gets its yayas out, and then it can sit calmly and quietly and get into that beautiful state of appreciation. So yes, it's okay. We have feelings. We are human. It's very natural and normal to respond with the feelings that we have in the face of what we are continually being exposed to through our media and through our conversations. And fear can be triggered. But recognizing that fear tends to contract us and make us smaller, so we are not as connected to the broader, wiser part of ourselves. We need to cultivate that openness, cultivate that broadening, that opening, that wideness, that spaciousness that allows us to connect to that beautiful field of love and light everywhere that is the underlying foundation and is life itself. So, yes, emotions, and yes, we can have them and accept them and recognize them, but not be swallowed up by them, and rise above and say, yes, I'm feeling sad, and I am here in this human body at this time, and I love my life, and I love the people around me, and I know we're going to get through these hard times, because that's why we came. all of us who are on the planet at this time are not just anybody. We're brilliant, brilliant life beings, full of light. We have lived many lifetimes, some never in this iteration as a human being before, but many of us are coming together to hold the space for this transformation of humanity at this time. So I find that thought exciting. I share it with you in case you do too. Let that help to build your field of light and hope and resilience in this time. Again, this energy of creativity, of passion, of upliftment, of that generative potential within us on the level of the body, on the level of the mind. Get into that state as much as possible. We're transitioning on the level of the heart. The hard work is done. It's time for us to flow a little bit more, to go with more ease and grace as we continue the journey, knowing we're always moving forward. And the spirit level, the level of the heart, but it's the wisdom of the deep feminine and the intentional conscious mastery of that element of the heart, being deliberate on that level and allowing that to inspire us. And then as we navigate the mortal coil with all its veil of tears, realizing that we can have those feelings and hold them and accept them, but not be swallowed up by them, that we are bigger than those feelings. The feelings are the clouds that go across the sky, and we are the sky. They are temporary, and we're moving through all of it. So this is our solstice reading for winter 2024 here in the Northern Hemisphere. But the energy applies wherever you are on the planet. We have lots of beautiful things coming. And so I invite you to close your eyes, take a nice deep breath with me. Coming home to that beautiful body. Knowing that with the breath we can come home to that wiser, broader, more beautiful, grounded part of us at any time. And from that now moment, make a new choice, make a new decision. We are powerful creators with life. And despite what we see out in the world is full of good, it's full of love, it's full of light, it's full of amazing human beings who are creating phenomenal solutions to all the problems we face. There are many solutions already at play in the world. They just need to be scaled. It's a remarkable time to be alive, and I'm grateful you're here with me. Creator, thank you for the opportunity to do this reading for this winter solstice 2024. I am so grateful for all the love and support that we continue to receive. I'm grateful for the opportunity to show up here. And I just ask that you walk with each and every one of us who tunes in here and help us to connect to that broader, wiser part of us so we can shine more of the true light of who we are out into the world and hold more of that light in the world because of the good choices we're making in self-care. I want to thank all those in the unseen who love us, who care about us, and who are walking with us at this time, sending us support and encouragement. I want to thank you for being here and holding us. And I want to acknowledge all the grandmothers and grandfathers, all those of our past lineage, each and every one of us on this recording whose energy is adding to this time and place through us. I'm grateful for all of it. This reading is at an end. Wishing you a beautiful winter solstice 2024. And like I said, if you want to be part of the draw for a reading in January, please like, subscribe, and post a comment below. Perhaps what you'd like to see for the coming 3 months, year. Why not? Let's set some beautiful intentions. Just what is your highest dream for life at this time? Not just for yourself, perhaps, although you're welcome to put that in, but also for the collective of humanity and all life on this planet. Just put it down below and we can all savor it together. Much love and light, everyone. Thank you for being here and for sharing your energy with me so we can create these readings together. I'll look forward to seeing you next Friday. Lots of love, and I wish you a beautiful solstice wherever you are, north or south on this planet. Get out there and love this life because that's what we need to do. Bye for now.